This means your business is going under, doesn't it?
I heard his vile laugh on the other end of the line. He's the one who canceled the order, so what's so funny about this? I couldn't understand what was going on in Bob's mind.
In the end, it's just a subcontracting company. No one will care if a company like yours disappears.
He had always looked down on my subcontracting company, but I was stunned that he would go as far as canceling a $700,000 order on the day it was due. His behavior, conducting such unreasonable business and disregarding any issues of trust, was nothing short of ridiculous. So, it's confirmed that everything is canceled?
Don't make me repeat myself. Circumstances have changed. This deal is off.
I see. That's really unfortunate. I could hear Bob's nasty voice over the phone. Just as I felt my temper rising to its peak, I decided to strike back. Thank you, Bob. I can't believe we'll be receiving the cancellation fee. It's all thanks to you. We'll be making a huge profit thanks to this. I laughed heartily from the bottom of my stomach, aiming to laugh right back at him.
What? What do you mean by that?
I abruptly ended the call with Bob. Even during his malicious behavior, I was able to keep my composure thanks to a certain person. My name is Jack Smith. I'm a 39-year-old president of a subcontracting company that deals with clothing and such. Even though I'm the president, it's a small company with fewer than 50 employees, and I'm the third-generation head. The previous president, my father, decided to retire and handed the company over to me because of his age. We have a small factory, and we take on jobs at a low cost if they aren't large-scale orders. For simple designs and sizes, we have dedicated staff, so we can handle small to medium-sized orders, even personal ones. However, the factory's production capacity isn't very high, so there are limits to the work we can accept. During busy periods, we're maxed out just dealing with long-standing clients and new orders. But it's precisely during these times that troublesome business proposals tend to come in. For example, there's the director of an event company, Bob, whom I dislike the most. He showed up at the office unannounced during this busy season. As a result, I had to cancel my afternoon appointment suddenly to deal with him.
Man, I hate this factory. I don't know what chemicals you're using, but the smell is unbearable.
Well, thank you for coming, Bob. What brings you here today?
This time, it's a big event. It's an order that'll bring you subcontractors significant profit. You should be grateful to me for bringing you such a golden opportunity.
Right from the start, I was hit with his arrogance. Bob's company is pretty much the same size as ours, but Bob himself is considered a unique case. Probably because he's disliked within his own company, he holds the title of sales director, but dumps all the planning on us, hiding out in his office. His work is sloppy and arrogant, and he's notorious for being careless with time. He's disliked by other clients too, which is well known in the industry. It's a wonder his company still keeps him around. It's clear that the people around him are working hard to compensate. Since long ago, he's been ordering us to plan and manufacture goods for celebrities, but he always looks down on my company, treating us with extreme rudeness. I've disliked him since before I took over from my father, and that hasn't changed since I became president. When my father was president, Bob followed his lead in everything. But as soon as I took over, Bob's attitude became aggressive.
You've really become someone important. This company survives because of me. You should keep that in mind while you work.
Of course, Bob. We've known each other a long time. We've certainly benefited from your help. We're grateful for your continued business. We look forward to working with you for many more years.
That's right. Remember that well.
Because of this troublesome Bob, the person who used to handle orders at my company quit due to stress. So since then, I handle the transactions myself. I hate to lose the company and staff I inherited from my father because of someone like him. I hope to find a way to cut ties with him at some point, but for a company like ours, even dealing with someone like him is necessary to stay afloat. However, this time, Bob's project seemed different from usual. He even brought brochures and materials, which was unusual. It was the first time he had prepared materials so carefully. So, what kind of project do you have in mind this time?
It's for this international artist. She has been really active on social media lately and is getting a lot of attention. We're going to sell shirts at her upcoming concert. It's a great opportunity.
An international artist? You've got a keen eye as always, Bob. As I listened to Bob's explanation, I looked over the materials. I'm not very familiar with social media or internet trends, so these kinds of projects don't usually make much sense to me. But the demand for t-shirt designs and sales has been increasing lately. Previous clients have told me that t-shirts are cheap to make, easy to sell with decent designs, and profitable. Bob, I have a question. Is she mainly active on social media?
Yes, that's right. There's also a chance she'll be featured in TV commercials soon.
A chance, well. I'm not very familiar with the internet, but she must be highly anticipated.
Exactly. You should be grateful to our company for finding such a talent.
Bob boasts about a success that isn't even certain yet. His expectations are enormous, and the order quantity he showed me was unbelievably high.
Make this many. Your company should be able to handle it.
What? This many? That would be about $700,000. Are you serious? We've never handled such a large order before. We have never received a $100,000 order for shirt production. I was left speechless by the unprecedented order.
How about it? Isn't it an impressive number? I've known your company for a long time, so I know. If you run at full capacity, you can achieve this quickly.
Bob spoke to me with a knowing look, as if he understood everything. However, I was worried about taking on such a large order during our busy season, especially with new orders already coming in. To avoid problems if a cancellation was requested, I had included a cancellation fee in the contract, but I still felt uneasy. I thought I should check for any additional information to ensure the sales would be successful. Bob, do you have any other materials? From these documents, I can understand the market size, but I can't predict how much they'll sell.
Hey, I'm the client here. You should be grateful that I brought this deal to you. I personally came with these materials, and you still don't get it? I have other subcontractors besides your company. If you don't want to do it, then don't. Questioning a deal that's been ongoing since the previous generation. You've really become someone important.
I'm just asking because I'm curious, but he's always like this. If I ask even a little, or if there's something he can't explain or doesn't know, he immediately brings up my father's name and uses the long-standing business relationship as a way to divert the conversation. Not at all. I just wanted some information, so please don't worry about it.
Seriously, just do it. Start right away tomorrow. You have 2 months. Make sure you get it done.
With that, Bob hastily signed the contract and handed it to me. He probably didn't even read it, so I made sure to explain the terms again. If the order is canceled, we will charge a cancellation fee equal to the value of the order. Please understand.
I know that much. You don't need to explain everything. This is why dealing with lower level employees is such a hassle. Goodbye.
And with that, Bob left the office, having dumped an unreasonable order on us. Even though we work for similar companies, his attitude always frustrates me. However, since we've accepted the order, we have to start incorporating it into our workflow from tomorrow. I headed home, trying to sort out the balance with other orders in my head. When I got home, my wife, Emily, greeted me.
Hi, Jack. What's wrong? You look troubled.
Oh, it's nothing. We got a big order today, but something seems off about it. I'm wondering if we should really go ahead with it.
Is it that big of a deal?
Apparently, some international artist is having a concert soon, including design, materials, and shipping costs. It's about $700,000. We're supposed to make around 10,000 shirts. I'm not sure if they can sell that many.
Wow, that's amazing, Jack. Whose merchandise is it?
I showed the materials I had to Emily, and she pointed to the artist in surprise.
This person. She's a famous artist overseas. She loves America and often performs there.
Really? So, she's pretty well known.
But she's also a bit unpredictable and sometimes cancels her concerts suddenly.
Is that so? Hearing that makes me even more worried. I just hope she doesn't cancel this next concert. I couldn't believe such an unstable artist could be so popular, but since we'd taken on the order, we had to see it through. Then I started working on the t-shirt production, battling my anxiety. Orders from Bob kept coming during this time.
Can't you make the design more stylish?
I thought I had adopted the title material from the current concert set list.
I can't imagine this will ever be trendy. We need something younger and more provocative.
I don't think she prefers that kind of expression.
Shut up. It's all about demand. If there's a demand, it will sell. That's all there is to it. Just prepare the design ideas.
Bob kept giving orders without making any decisions, making the work challenging. In the end, it was one of his colleagues who made the final decision. I can't help but think that it is absurd to leave the decision to others after all the meetings. After the meeting with the project's manager, my company started the work. There was some initial confusion, but once the design was decided, it was just a matter of assembly line production. The t-shirts were steadily produced, and we seemed able to make the required quantity. We were just about to meet the deadline, which was a relief. It's safe to say that we were able to produce everything in such a short time thanks to our reliable employees. I'm going to have to consider giving them a bonus this time. With that thought, I headed to Bob's company. However, what he said to me there manifested my lingering anxiety.
The live event has been suddenly canceled. The artist has gone back overseas.
What? So, what should we do with these t-shirts?
Just throw them away. That's why I hate relying on someone with no sense like you. These things would never sell anyway.
Bob spat out these words as he threw the sample t-shirt onto the ground. This was a precious product that we had worked hard to create. We didn't make them just to be treated like this. Does Bob have no understanding of the creator's feelings at all? As I clutched the discarded t-shirt, Bob said to me,
Just go home for today. I have other important guests to attend to.
"Bob, please take another look at the contract.
What is it?
Please review the contract. It clearly states that in the event of a cancellation, we will charge a fee regardless of the circumstances. Please understand."
Fine, I'll inform accounting. Now leave.
Then, I will take my leave for today. I will contact you later to confirm the invoice, including the cancellation fee. Staying here any longer would be bad for my mental health, and I might end up hitting Bob, which would cause even more problems. As I tried to leave, hiding my clenched fists, Bob made a snide remark.
This is the problem with subcontractors. You don't understand your place. You probably put other orders on hold for these t-shirts, didn't you? Getting cocky during the busy season. You're hopeless.
I did it because we took the order. It's the business we've had since my father's time, which you like so much. Don't you understand that?
That was a long time ago. It doesn't concern me now. Well, good luck. No other clients will ever do business with your company again.
Why did I push my employees so hard to make these products? Will just getting the cancellation fee from this arrogant man be enough? My anger won't be satisfied with just that. I arrived home, fighting back tears of frustration and shame. Emily took care of me as I broke down.
What? So the t-shirts are just going to be left as stock?
Yeah, we made them for nothing,
That's so wasteful.
Emily shouted, expressing my feelings. However, I didn't have any contacts or sales channels to sell such a large quantity. Just when I had given up, thinking we had no choice but to discard it, Emily suggested something.
If we have so many of those t-shirts left, can't we use them as a great promotional tool?
A promotional tool? Her surprising suggestion caught me off guard, but I decided to give it a try. Unexpectedly, things were about to take a surprising turn. A few days later, I called Bob. The thought of having to talk to that arrogant Bob again today made my blood boil, almost driving me crazy. When he answered, it was that infuriating voice of his.
What is it? I'm busy now.
I called to confirm the details regarding the cancellation again.
Are you still hung up on that? Your business must be struggling. Yes, the contract stands. Just cancel it already. I'll pay the cancellation fee.
Having successfully gotten his agreement, I felt a slight sense of relief. However, Bob wasn't going to let the negotiation end smoothly and added an unnecessary comment.
This means your business is going under, doesn't it?
I heard his vile laugh on the other end of the line. He's the one who canceled the order, so what's so funny about this? I couldn't understand what was going on in Bob's mind.
In the end, it's just a subcontracting company. No one will care if a company like yours disappears.
He had always looked down on my subcontracting company. but I was stunned that he would go as far as canceling a $700,000 order on the day it was due. His behavior, conducting such unreasonable business and disregarding any issues of trust, was nothing short of ridiculous. So, it's confirmed that everything is canceled?
Don't make me repeat myself. Circumstances have changed. This deal is off.
I see. That's really unfortunate. I could hear Bob's nasty voice over the phone. Just as I felt my temper rising to its peak, I decided to strike back. Thank you, Bob. I can't believe we'll be receiving the cancellation fee. It's all thanks to you. We'll be making a huge profit thanks to this. I laughed heartily from the bottom of my stomach, aiming to laugh right back at him.
What? What do you mean by that?
I abruptly ended the call with Bob. Even during his malicious behavior, I was able to keep my composure thanks to a certain person. Just then, the ringtone sounded at the perfect time. The name on the screen was Emily.
Hello. We have so many orders that I can't keep up. There are also orders from unknown foreign countries. Can you do something about it?
That many? We're almost out of stock. What should we do?
How about opening a branch overseas?
Emily's voice, though hurried, was filled with joy. The day I told her about the cancellation, Emily had posted on her social media asking if anyone overseas wanted the overstocked t-shirts we had made. This post created a ripple effect, reaching people all around the world, and we started receiving orders from abroad. I never imagined it would have such an impact. Even the artist herself bought one of the t-shirts and wore it, which led to even more orders. We would receive the cancellation fee from Bob and sell the t-shirts, resulting in a huge profit. A few days later, I got a call from Bob.
Hey, do you still have any of those t-shirts left?
What's the matter? You canceled the order, so we don't have any left.
What? Our president is urgently asking about them. Apparently, he found out they're selling like hotcakes overseas, and now he's panicking. You need to do something. Otherwise, we won't pay the cancellation fee.
That's not possible, Bob. You clearly informed us about the cancellation. Since we didn't hear from you for several days, we disposed of the products ourselves.
Don't mess with me. Do you think you can get away with this?
I could say the same to you. If you want to sue, go ahead. We're prepared for it. Goodbye. With that, I managed to end a troublesome business relationship that had continued since my father's time. Furthermore, the troubles for Bob continued. The international artist was coming back to the US. Apparently, the sudden return was due to a family member's health issue. Since the problem wasn't serious, she was returning to the US for another concert. The issue of the overstocked t-shirts got significant media attention and became a news topic, drawing even more attention. Later, the event company called my office. It was the president himself, wanting to apologize for the misconduct regarding the recent order. The president had been worried about Bob's arrogant attitude causing issues with important clients, and this incident led to Bob being disciplined. The t-shirts were selling for high prices among fans and were well received for their quality. The president wanted to place another order for double the amount, but we didn't have the capacity to fulfill it. However, we had already established new sales channels, so it wasn't a problem. It's an unknown market overseas. Since then, we had been receiving orders from companies abroad. I was planning to use the sudden influx of funds to build another factory and establish an overseas division.
A foreign TV station is coming to the factory soon, right?
Yeah, they want to feature me as the president who sold the overstocked t-shirts.
What if the artist herself comes? I definitely need to get her autograph.
That would be amazing. It might boost our sales even more. A lot had happened, but I never imagined it would lead to this. Thanks to the projects Bob brought in, our company gained funds and opened up overseas business opportunities. While it was also thanks to Emily and our employees, perhaps I should be a little grateful to Bob too. But I never want to see him again. I'm looking forward to the new orders that come in. My father always said that the best time is when the company is growing. I thought we would just continue as usual, but with this big opportunity, the future will be full of challenges. I want to keep growing the company while valuing the relationships around me.